Is it possible that the smiling teenager next door is secretly battling depression or anxiety? This question may seem unsettling, but it's a reality we cannot afford to ignore. Today, we're unmasking the silent epidemic that's been creeping into the lives of countless teenagers: depression and anxiety. These conditions are far more prevalent than many realize, often lurking beneath the surface, hidden behind forced smiles and feigned laughter. It's a complex issue with numerous contributing factors: academic pressures, a constant desire for peer approval, and the challenges of navigating the tumultuous teen years can all serve as catalysts. Depression and anxiety among teens are not just fleeting moments of sadness or nervousness. They're profound, often debilitating conditions that can dramatically impact a young person's life. And yet they're often silent, unseen, unspoken. Understanding the gravity of these issues is the first step towards offering help. It's a step we must all be prepared to take. To gain a deeper understanding, we turn to the experts. In the realm of adolescent psychology, there's a consensus that depression and anxiety are not merely phases or typical teenage mood swings. These are legitimate medical conditions that can have profound effects on a teen's life. Dr. Jane Thompson, a seasoned child psychologist, explains that the signs of these conditions may vary from one individual to another. Some may exhibit classic symptoms like persistent sadness, sleep disturbances, or a sudden drop in academic performance. Others may experience subtler signs such as persistent irritability, social withdrawal, or an inexplicable loss of interest in activities they once enjoyed. Dr. Thompson also points out that the high prevalence of depression and anxiety among teens is often linked to the unique pressures they face. The transition from childhood to adulthood, coupled with the pressure to excel academically and fit in socially, can create a whirlwind of emotions. Social media, with its inherent culture of comparison, adds another layer of stress, making teens more susceptible to these conditions. Psychiatrist Dr. Tom Richards echoes this sentiment, emphasizing that the potential consequences of these conditions, if left unaddressed, can be severe. These can range from a decline in school performance and strained relationships to more serious implications like substance abuse and, in extreme cases, suicide. Dr. Richards stresses the importance of early detection and intervention. The sooner we identify and address these conditions, the better the outcomes, he says. Depression and anxiety are treatable. Many teens can recover with the right support and treatment strategies. Psychologist Dr. Lisa Williams adds, "The key is to foster an environment where teens feel comfortable talking about their feelings. Encourage open discussions about mental health. Let them know it's okay not to be okay all the time." As our experts highlight, the impact of these conditions can be severe, making early detection and intervention crucial. But how do we spot these hidden signs in our teens? Well, it's not always as simple as looking for a change in mood. The signs of depression and anxiety can often be subtle, and they may not manifest in ways you'd expect. Depression, for instance, can sometimes present itself as irritability or anger rather than sadness. A teen who's constantly snapping, arguing, or showing uncharacteristic hostility might be wrestling with depression. Other signs to watch out for include changes in sleeping patterns, a sudden drop in grades, or a loss of interest in activities they once loved. Anxiety, on the other hand, can cause physical symptoms like headaches, upset stomach, or even unexplained aches and pains. Teens struggling with anxiety might also display restlessness, trouble concentrating, or a persistent sense of impending doom. They may also worry excessively about everyday activities like schoolwork or social events. But perhaps the most important thing to remember is that these signs are not always visible. Many teens struggling with depression or anxiety become adept at hiding their feelings, often out of fear of judgment or misunderstanding. This is why open and understanding communication is so important. Instead of waiting for your teen to come to you with their struggles, make it a point to check in with them regularly. Ask about their day, their friends, their worries. Show them that you're there to listen, not to judge. And if you do spot these signs, don't jump to conclusions. It's crucial to approach your teen with empathy and compassion. Instead of saying, "You seem depressed," you could say, "I've noticed you've been feeling down lately. Is there something you want to talk about?" These are just a few examples of the hidden signs of depression and anxiety in teens. They're not exhaustive, and they don't apply to every individual. Every teenager is unique, and so is their experience with mental health. By keeping an open mind and an open line of communication, you can help your teen navigate these challenges. Remember, the silence of a teenager does not always mean everything is fine. The stigma surrounding mental health can often be a barrier to seeking help. This is a reality many teens face when grappling with depression and anxiety. It's an unseen wall built brick by brick with misconceptions and misunderstandings about what mental health truly is and what it's not. It's important to debunk these misconceptions. One common myth is that depression and anxiety are just signs of weakness or a lack of resilience. But let's get this straight. They are not. They are serious and real health conditions that affect millions of people worldwide. No one should ever feel ashamed for experiencing these feelings. Another damaging misconception is that people who suffer from these conditions can simply snap out of it if they tried hard enough. But the reality is, depression and anxiety are not choices. They are not states of mind that can be turned on or off at will. It's not about willpower, it's about health, and it's high time we understood that. Now let's talk about the role of society in breaking these barriers. Open conversations about mental health are crucial. We need to foster an environment where teens can express their feelings without fear of judgment. Schools should also play a part by incorporating mental health education into their curriculum. This is not just about raising awareness, it's about reshaping perceptions and attitudes. And lastly, the media plays a huge part in shaping the public's understanding of mental health. It's time for the media to be more responsible, to portray these conditions accurately and sensitively, and to stop perpetuating harmful stereotypes. We all have a role to play in breaking the stigma. It starts with understanding, with empathy, with openness. It's about changing the narrative, shifting the dialogue from judgment to acceptance, from ignorance to understanding. It's time to break the chains of stigma and let our teens know it's okay not to be okay. Because when we do, we create a world where seeking help is not seen as a sign of weakness, but a step towards healing. And that is a world worth fighting for. So, what can we do to support our teens facing these challenges? Navigating the path to recovery for teens grappling with depression and anxiety is not a one-size-fits-all journey. It requires a multifaceted approach, a combination of professional help, lifestyle changes, and emotional support. Let's start with professional help. Connecting to a mental health professional is paramount. Psychologists, psychiatrists, and therapists are all equipped with the tools and knowledge to guide teens through their struggles. They can help develop coping strategies, provide cognitive behavioral therapy, and in some cases prescribe medication. It's important to remember that seeking professional help is not a sign of weakness, but rather a step towards resilience and strength. Next, we talk about lifestyle changes. Simple modifications to daily routines can have a profound impact on mental health. This could mean promoting healthy sleep habits, encouraging regular physical activity, or fostering a balanced diet. Let's not forget about the power of hobbies and interests either. Creative outlets like painting, playing an instrument, or even just reading a book can serve as a healthy distraction and a source of joy. Now, on to emotional support. This is where friends, family, and loved ones come in. Providing a safe space for open conversation, offering a listening ear without judgment, and simply being there for them can make a significant difference. It's also crucial to reassure them that it's okay to feel the way they do and that they're not alone in their struggles. But remember, patience is key. Healing takes time, and each person's recovery journey will look different. It's not a linear process, and there may be setbacks along the way. It's about progress, not perfection. It's also worth noting that while these strategies can be beneficial, they're not substitutes for professional help. If a teen's depression or anxiety worsens, or if they're in crisis, it's crucial to reach out to a mental health professional immediately. With the right help and support, recovery is not just possible, but probable. Depression and anxiety in teens is a silent epidemic, but together we can make a difference. We've unmasked this silent epidemic, delved into expert insights, and revealed the hidden signs. We've talked about the importance of breaking the stigma associated with mental health issues and navigated the path to recovery. It's crucial to remember that early detection and intervention can be life-saving. Knowledge and understanding are powerful tools. We need to be vigilant to notice when a young person's behavior changes, when their joy fades, when they withdraw. We must not be afraid to ask the tough questions, to reach out, to offer support. We must promote open conversations about mental health, encourage teens to express their feelings, and ensure they know it's okay not to be okay. Let's empower our young people with the understanding that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Remember, every smile does not signify happiness, and every silent teenager is not necessarily okay. Let's reach out, communicate, and make a difference.